So what am I going to ramble about today? When I lived in America, we would get paid every week. Some companies do every 2 weeks. I guess there might be some companies in America who pay each month. But in my personal experience, when I lived there at the ripe old age of 21 and 22, I got paid every week. I think my father gets paid every week, if I recall correctly, maybe every 2 weeks, every week or two. But when I moved to China, I got paid every month. Same in Japan. Same in Vietnam. Mexico? Yeah. Why? I hate that. When I asked the question of these companies, the accountants of the companies, I would ask them, hey, why don't we get paid every week? Why is it once a month? And they would say, oh, it makes things easier for accounting. Okay, is that really the best reason to do something? Here's the thing. If I'm a business owner, in the future, if I ever open a school, which I hope to do at some point in the future, it might never happen. I had a plan to do that before. That's another story. But in the future, if I ever open a school, I would love to pay people every week. And here's the reason why. It's psychological. You see, if you get paid once a month, that means there's one day a month that you look forward to, one day a month that you are excited about. But if you pay people every week, then they have 4, sometimes 5 days a month that they can feel excited about. And I just think that's a lot healthier psychologically for people. It's kind of like eating. If you only eat once a day, then you might gain a little bit of energy approaching your mealtime, but after you eat, bam, you crash. Same thing. As your one payday comes, your energy goes up, anticipation, excitement. Then you get the money. A couple of days later, it's another whole month I have to wait. I got bills to pay. I've got these things that concern me that I have to take care of. So I don't know. I just wish that companies here in Asia and other countries, I'm sure it's widespread, would pay every week. It's just so much nicer to get paid each week. And here's one other issue about being paid once a month. A good example is my former company, before my current company. I worked for this company called ICE in Vietnam. I'll tell that story another time. Horrible company. If you are in Vietnam and they offer you a position, avoid like the plague. Run, run, run. But companies like ICE, they want your one payday a month to be at the end of the month. So that way, if you choose to leave the company, they're not going to pay you. They're going to find reasons to keep that final month's salary, to screw you over. And a lot of companies do that. They put that one payday towards the end of the month. That way they can screw you over. Whereas my current company, they'll pay for the previous month on the 5th. So it's a lot safer, actually. If you do choose to leave your company, for example, you can say on the 5th after you get paid, I'm leaving. And if the company does try to screw you, you only get screwed out of 1 week's work, 4 or 5 days of work. But with ICE, you'll get screwed out of 25 days of work. So yeah, that's another reason they do it, is to control the teachers, to control the employees, and potentially cheat them out of a lot of money if they decide to leave the company, which a lot of teachers have left ICE because they're that bad, they're horrible. But again, back to the main topic, once a week. I think it's just healthier. It makes your staff members happier. It makes them feel better. It gives them something they can look forward to every week. I think it helps a lot with money management as well in terms of budgeting and scheduling for your employees in terms of how they spend their money. So yeah, why not do it? Just do it once a week. Make them happy. That's it today. See you next time.